Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you guys haven't already, please go to my community tab, and I have a drawing contest. It's not the most recent post, but it ends in little less than a week. So please do it. Anyway, like and subscribe. And let's get on with the video. Anyway. Alrighty, so I was bored. That's really all I can say. I was just bored, and so I was drawing. I mean, don't we all do that? So, I wanted to do something a little bit different than I usually do, but not really at the same time. I wanted someone looking over like a city scene. Like, I wanted this girl to be like leaning over like the edge of like the top of a building and just like taking it all in. And so, do I need to work on my perspective? Oh, very much so. I can't do perspective to save my life, so I need to work on that. But I mean, besides that, I think it turned out pretty cool. So, I didn't know what kind of person I wanted to draw, so I asked my mother. I asked her what kind of hair color I should do, just to give me a little bit of an idea of what I'm doing. And she said like a reddish brown. She's not an unnatural hair color person, so I kind of figured she would do a natural color. But I decided to go more on the redder side of it because I don't think I've drawn a red-headed person on my channel yet. Anyway, I thought it would be cool if she was wearing, like, at first I was going to have it more of a casual look and, yeah, just casual, but then I started drawing her and I really liked the silhouette, and so I decided to just give her a dress. I was kind of thinking when I was doing it, I wanted to do it like one of my previous videos. It's the my most detailed drawing ever video. Anyway, I would do it like that, where I do everything on one layer, or at least the person on one layer, and I kind of treat it more as a traditional piece rather than it being digital, yet you know, I still am drawing on my iPad, so. But, I don't know. I think I just like sticking. Yeah, this is what I do. I don't use a line art or a sketch layer. In the end, I just do it all. I actually do end up adding a little bit of line art at the end, but I do it where it's not as noticeable. I don't know why, but sometimes I just feel like doing this, and sometimes it just is the way I decide to do things. So really a lot of this is just cleaning up, and like when you're drawing with the sketch layer on, there's a lot of times gaps. Like you can't see that with the sketch, so I have to turn it on and off a lot. I think the background was honestly the harder part of it because I am very indecisive. You will see that later when I decide to add something. But I can never decide what I want to really fully do, and when I do have an idea, it just doesn't look how I wanted it to. And so, since it's not how I wanted it, I will sit there and I will just make it. I'll just go crazy on it anyway. So it was like I wanted it to be like this magical scene, and I wanted it to have like shooting stars, and she's just there in the moment taking it all in. But the shooting stars weren't looking right, and it just seemed to be missing something. Like it just seemed empty. So I end up not doing shooting stars later, which I'm kind of sad about, but anyway, doesn't matter. And I think it just turns out really cool. I even added a little water tower, like details. I added those. Anyway, I really did like doing the moon. I think the moon is my favorite part of doing night scenes. Anyway, doing the shadows and stuff was actually, I think, it was another one of those harder parts that I couldn't get figured out for some reason. See, okay, here's when I start getting indecisive, because I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna add some shooting stars, and I'm like, well, they need to have the little, like, the fire coming off of them, and it looked cool, but it just didn't look right, and so I ended up completely scrapping that idea in a bit. And then I was like, you know when, okay, I'm not doing it right now, but I had this idea that I really wanted to do, but I couldn't do it because, I'm not that gifted, okay? I can't put my ideas sometimes into my drawings, so that's okay. You know what? It's okay. And so you know when you take those, anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's like they'll set their camera up like all night, and I think it's like long exposure or something, and the stars will make like these cool looking streaks in the sky. That's what I wanted to do at one point, but I couldn't do that either. And then I just scrapped the whole shooting star and that idea, so, and I was like, well, maybe I'll just make her look mystical and like, but that didn't look cool either. So I was like, nebula? Maybe make it fantasy? Like, no, I didn't like it either. I was like, maybe some like light leaks, and nothing seemed right. Then I started adding this glowy stuff, and I was like, well, maybe she's like supernatural. I don't know where I was going with this. And this is when I start getting indecisive. I'm like, well, maybe I'll make some cool stars, then rain. I'm like, what if there's water in the sky? This is when I'm doing the long exposure star thingy. It didn't look quite right, and I was just messing with brushes, and I just wanted to know what I was doing. And I was like, you know what? I figured out what was missing. Windows? Yeah, I was missing windows. Anyway, I made this brush. It's not for windows, let me tell you that, anyway. So I was like, well, I'll just do this, and then it didn't seem right, and so then I filled them in. And it still didn't seem right, but I was like, you know what? I don't know what's wrong with it, so we're just gonna leave it. And so, later on, after doing all this work on windows, like, anyway, I changed them. And I was like, oh, this looks cool. And then I'm like, no, that looks stupid. Anyway, then I went back to the shooting star idea. And I was like, well, maybe there doesn't need to be multiple shooting stars. Maybe just one. Maybe just one shooting star is needed. I'm like, maybe it'll be like, she just went up onto the rooftop because she needed like a breath of fresh air, and there's a shooting star, and she's just wishing. I don't know what she's wishing for, but she's wishing. Anyway, did I scrap that idea too? Yes, I did. Anyway, I'm an indecisive person, so, and then I realized we need more stars? That's what I was missing. But it wasn't what I was missing. It's a city, okay? There has to be lights. That's what I was missing this whole time. I needed lights. I needed it to be bright. I'm like, you can't have a not bright city, and so I'm adding in more color dodge, I'm making the scene fit together, and then I go and change those dang windows, okay? It's the windows that were throwing me off this entire time, I think. It just seems so dull and bland. And so I got rid of the shooting star, added more stars back in, and I changed those windows. I used that, it's a light pen. And look how glowy and shiny they look. It looks like the city's alive. That's what I was missing this entire time. And then I take the opacity up, and it is bright, like kablam. Okay, I was expecting the lights to turn. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and kablam. Nope. Kablam? There we go. Okay, look how lit up and like city it looks. It's beautiful. Anyway, that's what I was missing this entire time. And so I just go in color dodge, and I add some, what was that? It's the add layer. I was just adding things, and look, I fixed it. I saved it. Anyway, brighter is better. That's what I always say. Anyway, you guys so much for watching and listening to me rant like a crazy person. Because honestly, I do that a lot. So, thank you guys so much for watching. And do not forget, drawing contest. Literally, all you have to do is draw one of my previous drawings on my channel in your own style. I would love to see your guys' drawings in my style. I think that would be, my drawings in your guys' style. I think that would be so much fun. So please, please do it. Anyway, like and subscribe and comment what you guys think. And if you have any drawing challenge ideas or like any ideas I should do in the future, comment. Don't be shy. I answer all my comments. So I love talking to you guys. Anyway, I will see you guys later and bye.